Okay, hello, hello. Hopefully my mic works. We'll see. Today we're gonna wax some philosophical and play Half Moon. Hopefully my mic works. I was working on it I'll just talk about it here for a second. I was working on it quite a bit yesterday, messing with it a little bit right now, I'm sorry. And I still have a bit of an echo, I feel like, but I don't really, I could get it to go away sometimes, but it was never permanent. And I feel like I'm compelled a little bit to blame OBS. Probably shouldn't know, it might have a mind of its own, who knows. We might even find out in this game. So yeah, I'm also getting a bunch of, well, not a bunch, but more than normal static feedback. Okay, so I just listened, so through my, sorry, that was my phone hitting, through my mic in my headphones, I'm not getting feedback. Let me see what I can do about this. Or I'm not getting that echo. But when I listen, I was using my phone to listen. And what if I do that? Oh, what if I do this? Can you even hear me right now? I don't think you, okay, so that did mute. Wait, did that not mute? That's hilarious. So I got rid of the echo, and I'm working on a glitch right now, I think. So let's hope that works. Anyway, yeah, let's play. Hopefully we don't get too much static feedback. I can still hear. Oh, got static there. I don't know, maybe I'm being spied on or something, who knows. But let's play Half Moon. Let's try this out. Oh, it says it's not gonna work. I'm clicking English. Hopefully this isn't too loud. There we go. I am not great at talking. I don't talk a lot, but I will be reading this. I'm not going to be doing any voices because I'm not good at voices, and it would unfortunately make the whatever this person has made worse. So I'm just going to do the same voice, but I do have some tea and sparkling water to my right to soothe my throat when I talk more than I'm used to, or at least in quick succession. So let's play. Hope that isn't too loud. Miss Neo. Oh, were you able to hear my shoulder pop? If you have woken up, please go on H403 for an explanation of the current situation. Thank you in advance for your cooperation. Make sure that's not too loud. That voice sounds familiar. It seems like it's a little loud, so what I'm going to do is just turn down my desktop audio a little bit here. Because I don't know how to control the volume here. How does that sound? Okay, that's still really loud. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let's see what I can do about this. I'm gonna turn the desktop audio down even more. And I will just have to deal with how loud it is. Hopefully that works. Miss Mito, is this too loud? If you have woken up, please go to room H-403. It's definitely way too loud, so bring that way down. Thank you in advance for your cooperation. Why does this not want to work properly? My mic, I apologize for anyone watching. I don't think there is though, luckily. Good. How is this? Is this too loud? Okay. So if I talk like this, is this too loud? Door blinked. This door blinked. That one blinked. I feel like this is just unfortunately the volume that we're gonna have to deal with. So, sorry about that. I genuinely don't even know what I knocked down. Wrong place, wrong place. It was H403, I think. I don't remember now. But I will just try to talk a little louder. Keep going, and we'll see. Once again, very sorry. I should have checked the whole game. All I did was make sure the game was playable. So that's a rookie mistake on my end. Further. I really like the monochromatic art and also the like, I don't know what it's called, like pixel art, I guess, but more blank, less pixels maybe. I feel like it's the store next to me. Ooh, nice. I was right. 403. Did I say that? I don't know if I said that. I might have said 304. I'm already tempted to take a drink of tea, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Hello. Talk. My tea might be too hot. I like the art already because I like the way that they are. There's a clear difference between the two. Hey, is it about time? It should be. Do you remember the steps? I do. How about you? I'm not sure. Excuse me. just as expected though, isn't it? We should introduce ourselves. I'm Nani, this is Ray. What are you guys? Evangelion? Is that what this is? Ray Nani? Is that her name? Ayanami? Something like that? I think it's Ayanami. Hello, I'm Ray. I'm Mio. You remember anything from before you came here? No, I'm dead, aren't I? If you're here, that means you're dead. What's the afterlife information center you mentioned? This is where the dead wait before they go to the other side. We're members of the staff here, and you've been sent here to help with our work. Can I press the spacebar? No, I cannot. Normally you would have been one of the people sent to the other side, but you've been personally recruited instead. I don't really understand the situation, but I'll do my best. I guess maybe I might try. Good, you're quick on the uptake. What work do you do here? I assume sorting through the heaven and hell like thing. Well, to put it simply, we do the preparations necessary to send the dead to the other side. Like paperwork, really. But it's super important. Tea time. So the dead who have come here have lost their physical forms. They're represented by spherical shapes here. World. To make things... Oh, I was right. Well, it's a soul, but we all have our own world inside us, don't we? To make things simple, we just call them souls. Real souls aren't things you can see this clearly, but by using the unique qualities this space has, they've been visualized in a way that's simpler to understand. What do they actually look like then? Who knows? Was it in Solenoid, the book that the main character said, was it called a Terrasect? The model of the fourth dimension was representative of the soul? Or was that just when being able to see the fourth dimension, we could see souls and cure cancer and things like that? But I think it was the Terrasect that they said was... I don't know. That they said was like the shape of the soul. It's been like 2 or 3 years since I've read Solenoid, though. I am interested in his Mercia Cartescu or something like that. His new book being translated, Theodorus. Very interested in that. Very, very much looking forward to that. He also just was in meeting with the Pope over the war on AI, which is quite interesting. Sorry, got distracted. This visualization quantifies the personalities the dead had before they came here. It just optimized them to make them work easier. What a soul actually looks like is too difficult for me to understand. Let's drop the soul topic for now and talk about work. That was work, a little bit at least. I'll explain your duties then. First, you should read through this. Roger. Always down for a good book. What is this, man? Don't ask questions, take a book. If you're offered a book, take a book. The Afterlife Information Center Administrative Guidelines, beginner level. In short, a manual for newbies. That said, it's full of stuff that's really specific to this world. You might not get it even after reading through it all. I don't get it all either. That's concerning. You've never read through it properly, have you? Anyway, give it a read. You can just flip through the pages. I'll read it. Oh. I feel like... grab some more tea here. code Y-buffer-888. Probably should have read all that out, but I don't care. Document type, system reconstruction, soul package management, specifications. I feel like looking at the afterlife, arbitration, my bad. I feel like looking at the afterlife as a bureaucratic system is a pretty easy and common way of looking at the afterlife, or maybe not the afterlife, but like purgatory, because you're sorting between who goes where. I feel like equating it or making it analogous to bureaucracy is right there. That, along with theaters, I know that's done often. I read a book earlier. Well, I didn't finish it. I forget the name. A long name, Poet's Descent to Hell is what it's called. And it's like a guy watching his life on a stage as he descends into hell. I know there was a manga where they watch things on a TV, and I think they did that in Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex as well. But I feel like those are two very common ways to look at purgatory and the limbo between life and death, is either looking like you're watching a movie or a play, or like it's a bureaucratic system. To determine the final route and call for a packet, make an API call via the administrator interface. EOF detection, the administrator requests final approval. Rollback options. In the event of an unexpected termination, the system will display the potential risk of data loss if merged to the integrated server, along with the possibility to roll back to the visible world runtime environment. So I'm assuming this is like if someone were to die and be brought back or come back on their own, and then the data loss is like memory loss, brain damage, things like that, which is cool that they thought about that. I just realized how off my margin is for this game. In system meaning, a dynamic routing process that synchronizes the user's intent with system needs to determine the packet's next hop. Next hop, okay. Wonder how many pages there are. Soul packet stabilization. Packets that have been physically disconnected from the runtime environment retain sessions with unprocessed emotions, putting them in an unstable high latency state with extremely high noise levels. This task's objective is to cool the volatile data and sanitize it so that it can be transmitted. Thermal energy throttling. Pause the logs for emotions that have overheated, such as the attachment and fear felt at the moment of death, and limits the packet's amplitude to a specific range. Logical volume reconstruction collects the soul data that was fragmented from the shock of impact detachment, reindexes into a state where it can be moved as a single logical volume. I know they said we could flip through this, but I feel like this is actually giving pretty neat information and world building to this world they've created, or this in-between world. This, I don't even know what you'd call that. My vocabulary is failing me. In system meaning, this puts unstable packets in would it be an intro world? A world between worlds? This puts unstable packets in a valid state to ensure consistency for the audit during the next step. System integrity audit. The administrator scans the lifelong file for the target user and audits the results generated during the operational period, as well as the cumulative system noise. Measuring throughout model. Measuring throughput. Is that supposed to be throughput or throughout? Models the number of valid the beginning of this, it offered the option of Japanese, and I know this is supposed to be a short game, so I couldn't help but think maybe this, when I get a little better at Japanese, like maybe at the end of the year I should try this game in Japanese. But if I do, I'm probably gonna have to skip through this packet because this is a lot. Well, not a lot, but more bureaucratic is probably the right word. Technical. Yeah, just a more workplace-like dialogue. It's kind of in a way making. I didn't finish the novel. Sisyphean by something, I forget, but it's a like weird fiction novel, and it's kind of making me think of that for some reason. I don't remember why I dropped that one. I think it just, like got placed on my shelf and I never picked it back up. Dependency and malware scanners eliminate technical debt, such as unresolved zombie process and malicious code that can damage other devices. In-system meaning. This is a straightforward audit, a process solely for confirming data cleanliness rather than ethical judgment. I assume this is actually telling me everything we're going to be doing, but will probably be explained while we go, so you don't actually have to read all this. Re-encoding and anonymization of identifiers. I just thought about something. Is this originally Japanese first? Should I be reading right to left? I don't know. I'll keep reading left to right. If a transition to the upper network is decided upon, the bloated user interface connected to the individual ego is stripped away and converted to a lightweight format that supports the entire network. Stripping UI and metadata. Deletes UI components unnecessary for the upper server, such as names, body characteristics, and individual memories. Compresses to a pure core energy form. Assigning protected tags grants access permission and adds tags to send protected signals to specific nodes in the visible world as a part of the upper aggregated server. In-system meaning. This process merges individual users to the aggregated knowledge server and optimizes them to function as a part of the system as a whole. Here we go, right at the end. I do like this. It is bureaucratic. It's business-like, almost like an assembly line, but I'm going to be doing it all myself, so manufactured, I guess. The manufactured cleaning of souls. Or maybe not cleaning. Cleaning adds a certain connotation, but manufactured reset of souls. Souls that complete this protocol will have a glimpse into the root directory of the system in its entirety. Gaining system perspective, the visible world or the runtime server maintains a cache that is a portion of the vast network, rather than existing as an isolated process. Gaining spirituality. Users that are rolled back maintain fragmented data from the aggregated knowledge server as spirituality in their cache, which improves their post-restart performance. So yeah, it is. That would be like religious knowledge after dying and coming back to life, which I kind of want to talk about in a second. Users that are rolled back during this process undertake new tasks as maintainers of special extended session that reaffirms the importance of the visible world. I feel bad for my lack of voice acting skills and the possibility that I'm not really heard very well. So, you think you got it? I do, actually. Oh, no idea. I like how animated the characters are, even while in motion. Even though the proportions might look a little weird the more you analyze it, I do like the art quite a bit. It's written full of vocab without any consideration for the reader. You don't have to worry. I'll explain it more in detail before you have to do it. I feel like it's probably not needed at level 10. This kind of thing makes more sense once you've actually tried it. There's a whole arc about that in Space Brothers, I think it's called, where the brother of the main character is flying rockets, and the other brother wants to get there, and he has to to read the entire manual or jump onto the lawnmower and learn as he goes. The actual work will be done on this unit. Hello. This screen will show an interface for you to work with. It'll change to match each task. We'll explain your first task now. I really wish I could do 2 different voices, well 3 including my own original right now, because I feel like that would make this a lot better. We'll explain your first task now, because I feel like she has more bubbly, I guess, not necessarily high-pitched, but vivacious or lively voice, where hers is more mellow, rhythmic, and I don't want to say monotone, but definitely doesn't waver too much, like a nice stream. That's how I imagine them, at least, as they're just staring at me. Well, you can see that in the stream. We refer to this first step as soul sorting. It's simple, really. On the right side, you'll see a list of lingering thoughts that remain in the dead soul. These thoughts are strong emotions that the dead had while still alive. They still remain because they haven't been resolved. Your task is to analyze the list to figure out the soul's underlying desires. Then all you have to do is sort them into the right category. There are only 2 categories, the hidden world and the visible world. Let me give you a quick explanation. I'll start with the hidden world. To put it simply, it's the world that you can't see. This is actually a very common thing. Well, I'll let them explain. Souls sorted in the hidden world lose their individual boundaries. Think of it as the souls combining into one large collective entity. This is where souls that don't have any unfinished business or have given up the visible world should go. Don't have any. As for the visible world, well, it's the real world. So the hidden world is a common thing in spiritual practices, like whether it be the realm of angels and cherubims, or the realm of yokai or yaogai from China, or the realm of fae. It is a very common other that I like to see. Well, that I don't personally see it, but it's a side of fiction and things like that I like to think about and explore. Not myself. I don't write very well around it because I don't read a lot of like academic nonfiction on it, but I feel like ever since I was a kid I liked the idea of there being an other right next to me. I really liked Spiderwick growing up, Spiderwick Chronicles, so that's kind of a similar thing, like not necessarily like portal fantasy like Narnia, but that there is an other world just outside, just on the other side, just right behind the curtain. As for the visible world, it's the real world. Sorting a soul into the visible world reinitializes it. Think of it as sending it back to this life cycle again. The number of souls that get sent back is overwhelmingly high, to be honest. If a soul has any unfinished business at all, that automatically excludes it from the hidden world. Is there anything I should keep in mind when sorting the souls? It's up to you, really. The administrator is the one who does the final check. So you can just sort the way you think is right. Sound good to you? You can get started then. See, I think this is interesting because, like, there are multiple different ways you can have unfinished business. Like, if you've lived a long life and you're just sitting around watching birds and reading books and counting stars, perhaps your business is in fact unfinished. But it's not all so sweet, because you can take like Yukio Mishima, who was a Japanese Japanese author, and he died in a military coup where he tried to reestablish the time of the samurai. But it was also a romanticization, fetishization, and glorifying of ritual suicide. And he even said in interviews that the thing he was, or the way he was scared of dying was like cancer, I think is what he said. He lamented the fact that he would not get to, he was not born in a generation that would get to die in the battlefield, although he was. I believe he could have fought in the later years of World War II, if I remember correctly. But I think he gave that interview afterwards. But what I was saying is, I'm pretty sure, I mean, he knew he was going to die in that military coup. He knew it wasn't going to work. He had his ritual suicide prepared, and on top of that, he had like child support all prepared. So I feel like the way he decided to end his life was, I mean, he was not someone to be put on a pedestal or to idolize, but I feel like he did go out on his terms and probably had nothing left. No unfinished business. Which is amusing to me because his tetralogy of novels, The Sea of Fertility, is specifically about reincarnation. And I'm getting way off topic and not playing the game. Okay, terror, boredom, shame, envy, admiration, unbelief. I'm gonna go to the hidden world, because in my mind, this person had done everything, had nothing in their mind to do. That's why they were bored, that's why they felt shame, and that's why they felt envy, and that's why they felt admiration. And they also didn't believe in themselves, and they were terrorized the moment that they died. So I'm gonna say the hidden world. Was that wrong? Oh wait, they said it doesn't matter, it's up to the final administrator. Vigilance, outrage, loathing, curiosity, unbelief, remorse. I'm gonna say visible world for curiosity being a main one. Should I think of a little story for this one as well? Vigilance, outrage, loathing, curiosity, remorse. Maybe they were supposed to be a guard. And they left based on curiosity. And the people that were supposed to stay there didn't. So they came back outraged and loathing the people who were supposed to stay. And people died because of it, and that's why they feel remorse. I don't know if it's a good idea to keep creating a little character study. Like them stretching, just waiting for me to be done because I'm yapping my head off. Pride, admiration, rage, cynicism, anxiety, disappointment. See, this is what I think Yukio Mishima was. And because I said that earlier, hidden world. Awe, rage, delight, shame, grief, serenity. I feel like they want me to speed up, so I'm not going to give them any more little studies. And I'm just going to go with it. Also, I feel like I'm just a step into the game, and it's already been half an hour, and my eyes are hurting. Ecstasy, submission, contempt, pessimism, love, awe, visible world. Sorry, I was checking my phone. I thought I got a message. Curiosity, hope, cynicism, apprehension, pessimism, envy. That's a hard one. That's quite the mix. Visible world. I feel like it was the mix of curiosity and hope mixed in with the pessimism. and cynicism, or whatever it was. Serenity, terror, annoyance, admiration, dominance, sentimentality. Visible world. I want to go hidden world, but I'll go visible world, because they did say hidden world was not common. Oh, I was supposed to read that. My bad. Feels like things are going pretty well this time. Do you mean the overall quality and the incorporation of the setting? I'm done. Good work. What are your thoughts? I feel like there was a lot of unfinished business. Like I said, right? When do you do this kind of work? Or when you do this kind of work, you find out how hard it is to end your life without any lingering thoughts. Even if somebody has given up on the visible world, that doesn't mean they have no unfinished business. I guess that's true. The conditions are rather severe. My bad. Some souls get sent back to the visible world over and over, the poor things. And they end up thinking there's no hope there. We have to make sure we let those desires end too. Exactly. Now let's keep going. I feel like I've already exhausted my reincarnation book talk, but it might come back up. That's the general flow of the work here. Are your duties different from what you expected? I mean, I didn't really know what to expect. It just kind of happened. Thought it would be more like a ritual. Considering I was given a pamphlet and I read it, I didn't expect that. Figures, it's more like paperwork, really. I feel like they really didn't expect me to read that. But I'm always going to read a book if you give it to me. But I do think it makes sense. How so? The dead no longer have free will or a sense of self, so they need somebody like us to help lead them. Don't at me. What is it? Aren't your feelings about death a bit too practical? You're dead too. Doesn't that make you feel anything? I feel like when you have a tangible, immediate, different setting, it's easier to accept. I feel like if we were floating in limbo, I would have a different frame of mind, but the fact I'm immediately thrown into work allowed me to get my feel and get my bearings. Even if those bearings are incorrect, it gave me the feeling of a reality, and in turn bypassed a sense of death. So I feel like the idea that I'm dead is not one that'll set in for quite a while, or at least that's how I imagine my character would feel. Not really, since I can't remember the moment of my death. Huh. You don't think this might just be a dream? I don't think so. Dreams are built on your own memories, or so Freud says. I think Jung as well. I'm not very versed and I'm not versed at all on dream analysis. I don't think I could have a back and forth like this in a dream. I'm not sure if I could. I doubt it. I do read sometimes in my dreams, though, which I've heard is not possible, but I've absolutely done. Isn't she a bit too optimized? I can't say for certain at this point. I also feel like existing in a world where there is work makes this, would make this for an easy transition, because say I was a cat or something, or a dog or an elephant. Well, I guess some elephants are made to work. Being shifted into a different form and working in a way I've never worked before would be much more bizarre. But this is more Kafkaesque in the sense that, you know, I get turned into a cockroach, and the first thing I think about is being late for work. So, yeah. An emotional deficiency. Whoa. Perhaps it is just her nature. In any case, I guess we can't say for sure yet. let's put a pin in it for now. Shall we move on to the next task? I almost feel like the way they're talking is kind of like that one Death Parade anime, I think is what it was called, where they're like, is that what it was? Where they're judging the person on how they judge others to see which purgatory or which way in purgatory they go to heaven or hell. The next task is called soul stabilization. I'll explain what you have to do. First off, souls that have just died, well, as you can see, they're very unstable. In this state, they won't be able to support the formats needed for the other tasks, so we need to stabilize them to a standard state. Souls have 8 main parameters. By adjusting each parameter's value, you can work towards stabilizing the soul. This is how you adjust each parameter. Just drag the dials on the right, up and down. What exactly is a stabilized state? I'd like to tell you to just look at the soul displayed on the screen, but it's not that easy. The state a soul stabilizes in is different for each soul, so you have to judge using actual numbers. The stability index is displayed in the bottom right. Making sure you can see it on the screen. You have to continue adjusting the parameters until this number reaches 100. Did that make sense? Please begin then. Yeah, it made sense. These knobs could move better, that'd be really, really great. I hope there aren't many more of these, because that's gonna be really rough. be. to go like really far for it to read. I do like the visuals that go with it though. There we go. Segmentation fault, unauthorized access to undefined memory location. The process will be terminated. Please press the force quit button. Okay, I honestly think I'm gonna have to call it there and stream another time because I thought this was only gonna take like an hour. And yeah, it's been on and off stormy today. Have a bit of a headache, and it's probably going to storm sometime soon. So I think I'm going to try to stream this tomorrow and finish this game, hopefully. So yeah, hopefully that works. I said it auto saves all the time, or after every scene. So I think, yeah, to save my own brain and eyes, I will continue this tomorrow. And maybe I'll talk less about authors. I only made it to chapter 3. It's emblematic of my mind while reading, honestly. Okay. I'm going to say thanks for watching and have a good day or night or whatever. I should stream this again tomorrow. Yeah, thanks for watching.